Hey, you guys. So, God dropped something else in my spirit after that previous video, and He began to minister to me. And He began to let me know that a person that don't value you, a person that doesn't value you, does not have a problem with disrespecting you. I'm going to say that again. A person that does not value you does not have a problem with disrespecting you. And so, valuing someone is, like I said, taking notes of their likes and their dislikes, taking note of how they are as a person, taking note of their morals and their standards and their boundaries that they have set for themselves. Um, you know, taking notes of their goals and their ambitions. And when a person chooses to dismiss all these things about you or dismiss some things about you, they don't have a problem with disrespecting you. And God had dropped in my spirit the example of communication. Some people in relationships, they really value communication, right? They really feel like effective communication is key. And people that says that they struggle with communication, I tend to believe that they claim to struggle with communication is because a lot of people struggle with communication, or they claim to struggle with communication because, for one, some of them don't want to be held accountable for their actions. And, for two, like I said, they don't want to be held accountable. Then for two, they just want to do whatever they want to do. For those who say they struggle with communication, because if you can communicate that you're hungry, if you can communicate that you're thirsty, or that you want this, that, a third, you can properly communicate. Communication is a skill. And some people don't really choose to. I would say they don't really choose to exercise that skill. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So communication is a skill, and some people don't want to exercise. It's not saying that they don't know how to effectively communicate. They just choose not to exercise that skill. And so if a person does not communicate with you, or don't like to communicate with you, even when you tell them, hey, I value effective communication, because in relationships, especially in marriage, you cannot make drastic decisions, or you should not make drastic decisions without communicating with your spouse first. You should not make altering or life-changing decisions without consulting with your wife first. You should not, or your spouse first, okay? Your husband or your wife first. You should not make plans, last minute plans or plans, period, without consulting with your significant other or your husband and wife first. You don't do those type of things. And when a person does not value that about you, they don't have no problem with disrespecting you. And I can say that a lot for myself. I can say that, it had been plenty of times where I had made plans in the past with my significant other or with my husband, and I had to cancel or reschedule because he tended to not communicate and do other things instead of consulting with me first and be like, hey, such and such and such and such and such. And I could be like, no, we already done had plans. So you're not going to be able to do that because we already had plans, or we already had planned to do a family outing, or we already had planned to do this, that, and the third. Or we already had planned to spend quality time together, husband-wife time together. If a person cannot communicate with you or choose not to communicate with you, and you know you value communication, they don't have no problem with disrespecting you. And yes, there was times where I felt very disrespected because that particular person went on and did whatever they wanted to do, not considering that our plans that we had uncommunicated, not considering how I feel, or if I want to spend quality time, or if I want to spend family time with that person, did not consider it. And like I said, I had learned in my years, everybody can communicate. Everybody have their own different way of communicating, but everybody can communicate. Communication is a skill. If you can communicate your needs, like I need to go to the bathroom. If you can communicate, I want food. You communicate, I want to take a trip. If you can communicate the small things, you can communicate within having a conversation with somebody. It's just about it's just the fact that you have to exercise that skill. And a lot of people don't want to exercise their communication skills is because they don't want to be held accountable. They want to do whatever they want to do for their own selfish reasons. Because if you go and communicate, hey, we're going to go do this, or we making plans to do this, then you try to forfeit on those plans, or you go back and you try to do something else. Well, that person going to hold you accountable. And, hey, well, you said we was going to be on this day, we was going to do such and such and such and such. What happened? A lot of people do not want to be held accountable. And communication requires you to be held accountable to a certain extent. And a lot of people don't want to be held accountable. A lot of people just want to do what they want to do. A lot of people just want to talk and say things outside of their neck and not be held accountable for what their words, their actions, and what they're saying. And so God specifically dropped in my spirit that a person that doesn't value you will have no problem with disrespecting you. If they don't value your love languages, how you like to be loved, the things you like to do, if they don't value those type of things about you, if they don't value you as a person, they won't have no problem with disrespecting you. People that don't value you, they don't have no problem with disrespecting you, and they don't have a problem with trying to test you to see how far their limits can go with you. See how much they can disrespect you. See how much they can embarrass you, to see how long you're going to stay around. And y'all, when y'all start seeing these signs at early time, like when people don't like to come, when you know you're a person that have to have proper communication in a relationship, in anything, period, and this person can't communicate with you on your level, don't waste your time. If you are noticing that a person is not valuing you when it comes to your likes and your dislikes, the things you like to do, who you are as a person, the things that you take pride and joy in, your goals, your dreams, and your ambitions, and they're showing you that they don't care and it's all about them, this person is not for you. If you get a person, thank you, Holy Spirit, that's not consistent, that's always changing up the plans or always making excuses about why they can't keep their plans that you already had planned, or why y'all can't meet up and fall and go through with certain plans and engagements, that person is not for you. So just know that a person that does not value you will have no problem with disrespecting you. And it's very disrespectful for someone to make plans with you and then ghost you, and act like they forgot and it's not third. Because if a person really want to spend time with you and they're forgetful, they will put it on their calendar. They will set a reminder on their phone. Hey, on this day, me and such is going out to dinner at this place. I need to be there to pick her up or meet them at this particular spot by this time. They will write it down. They will make plans for you. They will include you in their busy lifestyles. So, but when a person don't value you, they have no problem with disrespecting you. So keep that in mind when it comes to relationships, okay? And when these people are showing you these in relationships and they're showing you at early stages, don't ignore these red flags. Keep it moving. Don't ignore these red flags. That person is not for you, all right? Because sometimes a person might be good in one area and then they're not really a good for us in another area, and we tend to settle, we tend to stay there, and then this person will continue to disrespect us, not value us, because we allow it to happen, because we stayed around for a certain period of time and we allow it to happen, and thinking people going to change, and they say they're going to change and they never change. When someone show you who they are, believe them, okay? And keep it moving. So I love you guys. I pray that you all have an amazing day. Just know that if a person does not value you, they don't have a problem with disrespecting you, okay? And you are worth more than that. All right, so I love you guys again. I pray that you all have an amazing day, and I will chat with you all later.